So we got a guy didn't come out of the bush last night, and it was a really hot day. And we're pretty worried about him. So we're out here, search party, and somebody else has gone to get the RCMP involved. Normally he just kind of goes out for a couple hours kind of guy, you know, pretty new. He's only picked a couple days, and just kind of picking beside the highway, and he didn't come in all day yesterday and not last night, so we went looking for him last night, and we're looking again today, and we think we're looking for somebody with an injury or heat stroke or something now, because he has a compass and you can hear the road. And anyway, on the hunt for Rod. And there's 8 of us in a human chain, about 40 meters apart from each other. The highway is very clear and easy to hear, so we don't think we're looking for somebody who's lost and something worse. Okay, so about 24 hours after Rod lost himself in the bush, Sam and Sue went to get the RCMP, and they sent out a dog guy, and the dog guy didn't quite just get here, and Rod just walked out of the bush by his truck. So he's been found, and the story ends well. That's kind of it. Hey, Larry?
Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm going back to bed.
I don't think the story's quite over. I want to know what the hell he was doing last night.
Yeah, well, he's wandering in circles for about 16 hours.
I don't know how much money he's got to buy beer.
I think he's got a lot of money to buy beer tonight.
Yeah, I want a beer.
It was really hot yesterday too, and what can happen is you can just get heat stroke pretty fast, especially if you're wearing a lot of clothes to protect yourself from the mosquitoes up here, and you're in a hot black burn. And if you do get heat stroke and you're out there by yourself, the only remedy for that is electrolytes, you know, so salt and sugar in your water. But if you don't have that, you basically just burn up from the inside, and if you eventually get found, well, at some stage the only way they can fix you up is with an IV of electrolytes. So very glad that Rod made it out of the bush, and I'm sure he's got an interesting story of 24 hours of being turned around. And the bugs were the worst they've been last night since we've been up here. Fucking guy. How was your 24 hours in Bugland?
More bugs than I've ever been bitten by in my whole life. Oh, you got me on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely more bugs in one day than I've ever been bitten. But
Did you hear us last night?
no, I was so far.
No, they're smaller than these guys. These guys can be 2,000 pounds. I shot one last fall, and it was 10 hours getting them in the back of the truck.
Rod's
and
alive.
I backed the truck right up to him.
How hard is it to get a permit or whatever?
It's a limited draw up here, or you can. I got my tag off the local quota because the locals don't much.
Wasn't looking forward to calling your sister, man. And then I started thinking, you know, how much debt did that guy have, and was this some kind of plan to just disappear? And he's actually halfway to Mexico.
No, I'm glad you didn't, but oh, it was a good learning experience.
I'm sure it was. You probably went half crazy. Maybe you found yourself out there.
I did a
Be
little
quiet.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm sure you did.
And I think, well, there won't be a next time, but I'll be good for 3 to 5 days. I'm really good about rationing my food. I got a bunch of extra weight. And I just drink many of the water that I find. what to worry about. The water was my main concern.
What's the biggest piece of advice you could give if somebody gets lost in the bush overnight?
Make your decision soon enough if you want to decide you're gonna head back or set up and try in the morning when you know what the sun's doing. Up here it's just wonky. But that's what I did. By the time I realized what the sun was doing, I wanted to find out exactly where it was going down, and I figured I'd set up a shelter, watch it go down, and then start in the morning from where it come up.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the details I am told as I search the forest floor for a special kind of mold. More elsewhere do you grow? Where do you grow? I don't really know. Yeah. It's a mystery.